You guys, I am back with another Bad Boys LA review. I didn't do last episode because I was on vacation and I didn't get back until a few days after it had already aired, and then I watched it and it was extremely boring. So I figured I would just wait for this week's episode. Still boring, but regardless, we're here. So with that being said, I do apologize for the lack of uploads just because I'm still getting some things sorted out with YouTube and trying to fix my channel up. So please bear with me, guys. But let's just jump right into this review. Starting off this episode, it's Milan again. He shows his adult toys, nobody cares, moving on. Milan tells everybody that they're going to the studio to start their song. I feel like Zeus in production is trying to make Milan the star of the show. He introduces everything and he has so many unnecessary confessionals, but for some reason it's just not working. The cast pulls up to the studio and Milan honestly just needs to stop rapping. Milan keeps recycling this rap that he used on his Whole Lotta Money remix.
The bag I'm usually in is go, y'all, but today I'm in Bottega. Bentley when I'm shopping, but I'm fixed up and I'm late. The bag I'm usually in is go, yard, but today I'm in Bottega. Bentley when I'm shopping, I'ma take the Phantom later. I'm rich, like super rich, exaggerated. These niggas want my character assassinated. I'm rich, like super rich, exaggerated. These niggas want my character assassinated.
After Milan lays down his reused verse, Curtis goes in the studio, and I personally think that his verse was a little bit harder than Milan's. The engineer then said that he had to leave soon, which is kind of random because if that's Milan's friend or Milan's connection, why did he just get up and leave relatively quickly? I mean, he didn't even save the song. He didn't even let everybody do their verses. Like, he just up and left, and if that's supposed to be your friend, like, what kind of friend doesn't even save your song for you? And then Kerrion ends up saying that he does have background in music and being around a lot of producers and engineers, so he said he'll hop on YouTube and look up a quick tutorial and because he could pick it up relatively quickly. Honestly, I don't know why Milan was being so rude, but he wasn't feeling that idea. And then Kerrion said that he had experience working on a Grammy record, and then Milan loses his mind and starts to act like a total queen. I think Milan thought that he was the leader of the music stuff and basically everything, and when Kerrion tried to step in and give his expertise, Milan felt very insecure, especially when Kerrion brought up working on a Grammy record. Milan kind of just lost it. They start going back and forth, talking mess to each other, but I was really screaming when Kerrion said that Milan was selling his pussy. I do think that Kerrion got all up in Milan's head, but to be honest, the whole argument was just irrelevant. Milan honestly thinks he's a lot more important than he is because he was on Love and Hip Hop 10 years ago. He buys his likes, his views, his followers. Milan has this inflated ego because he'll buy his views and get his music up to 1 million views on Instagram, but for some reason can't even get 500 views over on YouTube, which honestly I'm sure you all know it's just fake engagement. It's just him buying views to make himself look more popping than he actually is, but couldn't even get 500 to go over to the YouTube. It was just a little sad. But honestly, this entire scene I was on Kerrion's side. Milan was just super quick to dismiss and get very snappy with Kerrion, and I definitely think that took Kerrion back a little bit and his feelings were probably hurt. I do like though how in this episode Curtis is really trying to like level everybody out without being messy. He's pretty much trying to get everybody on the same page on a good vibe, so I did like that about him this episode. Kerrion then says again that he could just look it up and find a way to save it real quick, and honestly it wasn't even saved to begin with, so it was gonna get lost anyway. So would you rather somebody try or would you rather just all get lost anyways? And Milan's super mad like he can't just go up and re-look up the same bars he reused. Like, you could just lay that down again like you did a couple more times already, just reusing the same exact lines. We already know. Kerrion walks up to the table just to get a drink, and Milan picks up the bottle and pretty much threatens to bust it over Kerrion's head. Milan is just super lame, scary, corny. He can't fight, he can't rap, his leg is broken, he's the oldest in the house, he's the messiest, the most insecure. And then Milan had the nerve to talk about a storyline, and since Milan brought up the storyline, I kind of just wanted to go down the line and just say everybody's storyline because I do think it's important. So let me just run down the list really quick of people and their storylines, and you tell me after I do this breakdown if you think this is a good show or not. Milan has no storyline whatsoever. He jumps into everybody else's beefs and fights. He has yet to develop any sort of storyline on his own. All he's done thus far is insert himself in everybody else's fights. Dylan literally adds nothing to the show. No storyline whatsoever besides maybe the fact that he's white, and that's not even a big deal. Anthony also has no storyline, has done nothing thus far, and we're on episode 5. Curtis, his storyline is that he's allegedly straight. He's more of the peacemaker of the house, but he actually hasn't developed a storyline of his own thus far. Mula, his storyline is that he's straight and that he wants everybody to know it, with a hint of being homophobic. Ain't nobody fucking with me! Other than that, Gutter really doesn't have much of a storyline besides this weird thing with Kerrion, but that's hardly even a storyline. We got like 2 scenes of them by themselves. If it is a storyline, it's very dried up. Kerrion, his storyline is that he's Kirk Franklin's son and that nobody can really guess his sexuality. Again, dried up storyline, if any. Darrell, I don't really think he has much of a storyline, but he is funny and a vibe, and to me he's the most entertaining of the entire group, so I'll give him a pass on that one. But honestly, can anybody in the comments answer me who on the show has an actual storyline that we're following? What is the show about? What's the goal? What's the purpose? This show is literally trash. The episodes are so dragged out like they were on Baddies. The cast is dry as hell. Everything is just so freaking frustrating to watch. Milan is about to lose his last good leg fighting. I already know they're gonna drag out the episode where Jonathan comes into 2. We're literally on episode 5 and nothing good has happened yet. Again, let Natalie have a hand in anything other than being a regular cast member and the project is just gonna go to shit. But back to the review, Milan finally ends up leaving the studio. He kept bringing up the fact that he stood up for Kerrion, which is just irrelevant. If you stood up for somebody because you felt like they were genuinely being wrong, that's how you felt. So don't take it back just because you end up not liking the person that you stood up for, because if you felt like they were being wrong, that's just you standing up for what you believe in. You either jumped in the fight because you felt like he was being wronged and you wanted to do the right thing, or you just wanted to insert yourself for camera time. But either way, nobody told him to do that, especially not Kerrion. And that's pretty much the end of the episode. Next week, it looks like we're going to get Milan trying to run up on Kerrion outside of this fashion show. And I really do want Milan to just stop claiming Chicago. Just leave Chicago out of it. Now, why are we in it? What does Chicago do? Because the way Milan has been acting, the way he's been fighting especially, leave Chicago out of it. Claim LA, where you've been the past 10 plus years. Claim Atlanta. Claim any one of them. Do not claim Chicago, especially Southside Chicago. I don't know. The whole cast and show just needs to go. I don't really see it going anywhere. I don't even know if I really want to do a review on this anymore. It's just so tiring. It's frustrating to watch. It's frustrating to even get through a review and sit down and talk about it and then edit it. It's just so fucking boring to me. But let me know how you guys felt about this episode and how you guys have felt about the season so far, honestly, in the comments down below. Like I said before, I really wanted to like this season. I really wanted to like Baddies. I really wanted to like Zeus, period. But they really haven't been giving me anything to like. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching the review. See you guys in my next video. Bye.